everyone. So already we are in geometry. Geometry we have now topic is circles. We already completed triangles, quadrilaterals. Now we are going to circles. Till now if you didn't subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching. So circle. So what is circle? So first what is circle is from your point if you draw a curve with equal distance then that is called a circle. From this point if you measure to at any point on this curve you will get same length. So this is called a circle. So circle, that point is called as center of that circle. That is called center of that circle. And here for this circle we have terms. Those terms I will explain here. The complete length means from here to here, the complete length of this outsketch of circle is called as its circumference. Complete length means from by using a thread we can measure its circumference. So that is circumference. Next, a line segment joining any two points on the circle. Circle we have 2 points. This is a point and this is a point. By this line A, B line. By this line I am joining 2 points on the circle and that is passing through center of the circle. And that line also passing through center of the circle. That is called diameter of that circle. So we have not only one diameter, we have many diameters in a circle. So line which is joining any 2 points on the circle and is passing through center is called as diameter. And the half of the diameter means if this is a circle, this is a diameter which is passing through center is diameter. In this half means distance from center to any point on the circle. Distance from center to any point on the circle is called as a radius of that circle. Next, a line segment joining any 2 points on the circle is called chord. So any 2 points on the circle. So if you take a circle, any 2 points, no need to go through center, any 2 points, then diameter is also a chord which is passing through center. So line joining any 2 points on the circle is called chord. Next we have arc. Arc means on the circle, the part of the circle between any 2 points on it is called arc. So here if you take A, B, 2 points on this circle. So this AB part of the circle is called as arc, denoted by AB, like this arc. It shows as AB arc. Okay, so this is the arc A to B. This length is, that curve is called as AB arc. If this arc points are end points of a diameter then the CD arc is called as semicircular arc. This CD means these two are end points of diameter. So CD is semicircular arc. If arc is smaller than semicircular arc, this arc is smaller than semicircular arc, this is called as minor arc. This is minor arc. If you can see from here ACDB, this also a arc ACDB. So if this arc is more than semicircle arc ACDB, arc is called as major arc. Next, region enclosed by an arc, for example PQ, an arc and any two radii. So two radii. So radii, if you take O here, OP 1 radii, OQ 1 radii, 2 radii, and an arc is called as a sector. In this sector OPQ, like this OPQ, this sector is called as minor sector, and remaining PQO, like this. If you take this sector, this is major sector. This is major sector and this is minor sector. Next, the region between the chord and arc is called segment. Region between the chord is AB chord, and an arc ACB, that is called a segment. Till now I told that a sector. Sector means any radii. So same arc and two radii. Region between arc and two radii is called sector. Region between chord and same arc is called as segment. So in a segment, if this is with minor arc, this is called minor segment. If the segment is with major arc, this is called major segment. If this chord is diameter, simply it is a, when it is a diameter, then we call it as semicircle. These two we call as, those segments we call as semicircles. Next, if you take any circles with same center and different radius, it is its radius and it is its radius and it is its radius. These three circles are with the same center but different radii. Then these all circles are called as concentric circles. Next, if you take a circle, the inside part is called as interior of circle. On, if we have any point on the circle, that is called on the circle. Next, if we have any point outside of the circle, that is called exterior. So like this we can divide circle into three places, like interior, on the circle, exterior of the circle. Next, angle subtended by a chord at a point on the circle. So if you take a chord here, AB. AB is a chord, red color line. This is a chord. This chord subtends angle at center. So by drawing two lines, joining two lines at center from the chord, you will get a angle at center. That angle is called as central angle by that chord, AB chord. And at the same time, this AB chord also make an angle at this curve, AB arc, that is AB arc, and AB, this is minor arc, and from here to here this is major arc. So you can take this as C, this as D. ACB is minor arc, so the angle, it can form angle at minor arc and also it can form angle at major arc. So these are angles subtended by a chord at a point, different points on the circle and at the center. Next, if you take chords, different chords, angle subtended by the chords at the center increases with increase in the length of chord. So if you take, this is the chord, it makes this red color angle. Next, if now here I am increasing the length of chord. When length of chord increases, angle at center also increases. When length of chord increases, angle at center also increases. Next, if you take this AB, CD, two are equal length chords. Chord's length is equal. When chord's length, angles subtended by equal chords at center also equal. Equal chords, AB and CD, equal chords. These equal chords makes equal angle at center. Here we have one example. So this is the diagram they have given, and they have given information PQ is equal to RS, means these are chords. PQ chord is equal to RS chord, and angle ORS is 48 degrees. Now we have to find out angle OPQ, means this angle we have to find out, and angle ROS, this angle. So these two angles we have to find out now. How can we find it? Here, check here, they have given this angle is 48 degrees. And look here, from O to R, this is called radius of this circle. And O to S, that is also radius of the circle. Same, the distance from center to any point on the circle is radius. So radius is always same. Means these two, if you consider triangle ORS, in triangle ORS, OR, OS, both the sides are equal. In triangle we learnt that angles opposite to equal sides are also equal. The angle opposite to this side is 48. Then angle opposite to this side is also 48. And we know angle sum property of a triangle is 180 degrees. Sum of three angles is 180. 48 plus 48 is 96. 90. So total angles means 48 plus 48. And take this angle, we don't know, so that as, so what is this? ROS. Angle ROS is equal to 180. 48 plus ROS I am writing as it is. Angle ROS equal to 180 minus 48 plus 48, 96. If you transpose that 96 plus 96, it becomes minus 96. Therefore, angle ROS is equal to 180 minus 96 is 84. 84 degrees. Therefore, angle ROS is 84 degrees. We find out this. Next, we know that PQ and RS are equal. When they have given these two are equal, these two makes same angle at the center. Equal chords make same angle at the center. So, this angle is also 84. And how can we find out this angle? Here, check here. Same here, OP and OQ. Both are radii of that circle. Means these two also equal. When these two are equal, these two make same angle at their opposite sides. If this make angle X, this also makes angle X. Means these two are equal. And from triangle POQ, we know that angle sum property. Sum of three angles is always equal to 180. X plus 84 is equal to 180. X plus X, 2X is equal to 180. If you transpose this 84 that side, this become minus 84. So 180 minus 84 means 96. So X is equal to 96. If you transpose this to this side, it become by 2. So 96 by 2 is equal to 48. 48 degrees. So X is equal to 48. Means angle OPQ is 48 and angle OQP also 48 degrees. The perpendicular from the center of the circle to a chord bisects the chord. So, if AB is a chord, if you take a perpendicular line from the center to this AB chord, it bisects the perpendicular means 90 degrees line. It bisects the chord means it makes two equal halves. If you take this as P, AP is equal to PB. It bisects the chord. And we can take its converse also. If any line from center, if it bisects the chord, then this is a perpendicular line. If it bisects, if a line from center, if bisects the chord, then it is a perpendicular line. We can conclude. Next, from one point, this is a point A. From one point, how many circles we can draw? We can draw as many as circles by using this. Only through this point. We can draw as many as points. Circles through this point. If you take 2 points, so this black circle is passing through P and Q, 2 points, and red color also passing through P and Q, and blue color also passing through P and Q, both the points. So through 2 points also we can draw some circles. Then you have taken 3 points, P, Q, R. So any 3 points non-linear means those three cannot form line, a straight line. So through any 3 non-linear points we can draw one and only one circle. The congruent chords means the same length of chords. If you take any 2 chords AB, PQ, these two are same length of chords, means congruent chords in a circle are at equal distance from the center of the circle. If these two are with equal length, those two are same distance from the circle. So, distance means we have to measure with a perpendicular line only. Not like this. We should not draw like that. So, just we have to take a perpendicular line onto the chord from center. That is the distance. So, the distance from center to equal chords also equal. The distance also equal. Next, here I have given a question, simple example. In this chord AB and CD both are equal. They have given in question. AB is equal to CD. Then find the length of CD. What is the length of CD? We have to find out. How can we find out? When AB and CD are equal. If they didn't give AB equal to CD also, just leave it. They didn't give. Just check here. AB is making 55 degrees angle at center. And CD is making, sorry, this is not given. I have mistaken. So AB is making 55 degrees angle. Angles are equal. And angle AOB, angle COD are equal. And CD is making 55 degrees at center. Means two chords are making equal angles. When two chords makes equal angle, when these two chords are equal, then only they can make equal angles at center. So when these two are equal, AB equal to CD. Now we have here AB is 5 centimeter. Then CD also 5 centimeter. So this is the diagram. Just from this diagram, they ask you to prove AD equal to BD. AD, this is the side and this is the side. These two are equal or not. We have to check here. So in this, I am taking one triangle. Take here any point as E. Triangle AED. One triangle and triangle DEB. Another. These two are triangles. If we show that these two triangles are congruent, automatically corresponding sides are equal. So first I want to show these two are congruent. How can we prove this? Here, this is perpendicular line. This is AB is a chord and this is, here they have given like this, means this is 90 degrees. Means this from center of the circle we have drawn a line, perpendicular line. So perpendicular line means it bisects the chord, means AE is equal to EB. We know that. Next, it is making here 90 degrees. Means this side also it makes same 90 degrees. Means one angle is same. Next here, if we take DE, DE is common side for both the triangles. This is common for both the triangles. Now you can see here side angle side, side angle side. So according to SAS criteria, triangle ADE is congruent with triangle DBE. Therefore, AD is equal to BD. So simply we can prove this. So here you have to know this. This is a perpendicular line on the chord from center, means it bisects the chord. Okay. Next, this is a circle. This is not problem. The angle subtended by an arc, AB is arc. By this arc, angle subtended at center, angle subtended by an arc at the center of the circle is twice the angle subtended by the arc on the remaining part of the circle. So this arc AB is the arc. It is forming angle at O is X. Then this same arc is making angle at remaining part of the circle, that is half of the angle at center, or this is double. If you take this as X, then this becomes 2x. This is double. This angle at center is double, twice than the angle at remaining part of the circle. So no need to take that angle. There only you can take angle like this. So I will draw one more circle. Here, if you take from here, so this is, if I draw it like this angle, and if I draw like this, sorry, two same points, same arc. If I draw a line like this, two same arc, A, B points. So AB arc is making remaining angle at remaining part of the circle. All these angles are equal. All angles are equal. Here we have example. So this is a circle. They have given simply this diagram. Find out what is angle PRQ. Just from this diagram we have to find out what is the angle PRQ. How can we find out here? So check here. PQ is a chord. It is a diameter. But diameter is also a chord. Line joining any two points on the circle is called as chord. So diameter is also a chord. This chord is making how much angle at center? At center. This is O is the center of the circle. So this PQ chord is making 180 degrees angle at the center. When this is 180 degrees, here this become half of this angle. So this is 90 degrees. Simple. So angle PRQ is 90 degrees. Okay. Next, second question. Same this they have given. We have to find out angle ADB. What is the angle ADB? We have to find out. So how can you find out? Angle here 100 degrees. So here when it is 100 degrees, same arc AB forming here 50 degrees. When it is 100, it is 50. We know that. Just for information I have tell that. So here this angle we need. So if you take this total angle is always 360 degrees. When this is 100 degrees, this total remaining part become 260 degrees. This remaining part is 260 degrees. When this is 260 degrees, this become half of that. Means 130 degrees. When this is 260, half of that. This angle ADB is half of this. This is half of this angle and this angle is half of above angle. So this become 130 degrees. Cyclic quadrilateral. So cyclic quadrilateral means if all vertices of A, B, C, D of a quadrilateral. This is a quadrilateral A, B, C, D. All vertices, 4 vertices of quadrilateral lie on the circle. On the circle, 4 vertices on the circle. Then this quadrilateral is called as cyclic quadrilateral. So this cyclic quadrilateral, if angles opposite to the opposite are supplementary, means these two angles sum, opposite angles sum is 180 degrees, then we can call this as a, sorry, these are 180 degrees. So first, this is in a cyclic quadrilateral, sum of opposite angles is always 180. Opposite angles are supplementary. So it's converse. If opposite angles are supplementary, then it is a cyclic quadrilateral. If any quadrilateral opposite angles are 180 degrees, then we can call that as a cyclic quadrilateral. Here I have given an example. So here this is a quadrilateral. Here it has 100 degrees and here it has 80 degrees. Means sum of opposite angles is 180 degrees. So whether it is cyclic or non-cyclic quadrilateral, it is cyclic. Why? Because opposite angles are, sum of opposite angles are 180. So this is a cyclic quadrilateral. So we can draw a circle through these 4 points. Okay. So this is the question. From this we have to find out x and y. So from this diagram we can come to know that this is a cyclic quadrilateral. We know that sum of opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. So supplementary means x plus 110 become 180. When this is 110, x is 70 degrees. 110 plus 70, 180. When this is 85, opposite angle is 95. Then 85 plus 95 is equal to 180 degrees. So simply we can find out. So a rectangle, trapezium, obtuse triangle, acute isosceles triangle, square. These are cyclic quadrilaterals. Rectangle, trapezium, obtuse triangle, acute isosceles triangle and square are cyclic quadrilaterals. These can form cyclic quadrilaterals, but parallelogram except rectangle. Rectangle is also a parallelogram. So parallelogram except rectangle, rhombus except square cannot form cyclic quadrilaterals. Next we have tangents and secants of a circle. So tangents means if there is only one point common to the line and the circle, then that line is called as tangent. So this is a circle. To this circle, this is a line P. This line and this circle has only one common point P. Then this line is called as tangent of this circle. Okay, if it has only one common point, then that is called as tangent of this circle. Here you can observe this line and this circle has two common points A and B. two common points, this circle and this line, then this line is called as secant of this circle. So this is the tangent of the circle. Tangent of the circle, this point P, where it is common point, that is called point of interaction. So common point, or this is called as common point. So radius from center to this common point, this is the radius, is always perpendicular to the tangent. Center to this common point, that radius is always perpendicular to the tangent. So how many tangents can you draw? This is very important question. How many tangents can you draw at a point? At one point we can draw only one tangent. No tangents can be drawn. If I want to try, I tried to draw different tangents, but those are meeting the circle at more than one point. So these are not tangents. So at a point we have only one tangent, and the distance means from center to that point is always perpendicular. And how many parallel tangents? Parallel tangents can form on a circle. So if you take this as a diameter, so at the ends of the diameter, if we take tangents, these two tangents are parallel. So if you take a diameter like this, if you take diameter like this is a tangent and this is a tangent. These two tangents are parallel. So in a circle, this is also very important question. In a circle, we can draw two parallel tangents at the ends of the diameter. At the ends of the diameter, tangents are parallel. One example here, the tangent PQ at a point P of a circle. P on the circle and the tangent PQ. Tangent is PQ at a point P of a circle of radius 5 meter. This circle radius is 5 meter. Meets a line through the center O. Meets a line through the center O at a point Q. It meets through a line at a center O to at a point Q. So that OQ is 13 centimeter. OQ is 13 centimeter. Then find the length of tangent. Tangent means PQ. So we have to find out the length of tangent. So how can we find out? Here, check here. This is, we know that at tangent, that point, it has a point, tangent, common point. Common point to center of the circle. That radius is always perpendicular to that tangent. We know that. So this is a perpendicular line. Means we can observe this is a right angled triangle. So when right angled triangle, according to Pythagoras theorem or Baudhayana theorem, we can know that hypotenuse square equal to side 1 square plus side 2 square. Here side opposite to hypotenuse is right angle is hypotenuse. This is hypotenuse. So 13 square is equal to side 1 5 square plus side 2. We don't know, that is PQ. That is only the tangent. So 13 square is 169 is equal to 5 square is 25 plus PQ square. So just transpose this side. 169 minus 25 is equal to PQ square. 169 minus 25 is 144, that is PQ square. Then PQ is equal to square root of 144. Square root of 144 means 144 we can write as 12 square. 12 square means 12 square root gets cancelled. We will get PQ centimeter. The length of the tangent PQ is 12 centimeter. If from a external point, or if we draw two tangents to a circle, one circle, only one circle, from a external point we are drawing two tangents. These two tangents are equal lengths. PR is equal to QR. If we draw two tangents, the lengths of tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. If we draw two tangents from an external point, then those two tangents lengths are equal. And if you draw a line from this point, external point, to the center of that circle, then this line is angle bisector. That line is angle bisector. This you have to remember. Means here it makes two equal angles. It cuts this angle R into two equal parts. So the angle bisector line passing through angle R meets center of the circle. Next, if you take two concentric circles, these two are same center but different radius. So in two concentric circles, the chord of bigger circle chord is AB. If it touches the smaller circle at a point, then it bisects the point of contact. At this point of contact, it bisects the chord. Means AP is equal to PB. Here, this small big circle chord, it is touching smaller circle. Where it is touching at that common point, at that point of contact, it bisects the chord. Means AP is equal to PB. If from external point P, if we draw two tangents, then these two tangents make an angle at P, angle APB. So from this chord, so these 2 points of tangents, draw a chord. So this chord also makes angle at center, that is angle BOA. And then what is the relation is angle APB. This angle is equal to 2 of angle BAO, means at this angle. This angle is double than this angle and also double than this angle, angle ABO. If these two are x, why? Because these two are radii, then when these two are equal sides in a triangle, these two also equal angles. So these two are equal angles. If these are x and x, then this is 2x. If this is 100 degrees, this angle is 100 degrees, these two are 50. So this we have to know. Next, if a circle encompassed in quadrilateral, circle is inside the quadrilateral, then we can write AB plus CD, opposite sides, sum is equal to another pair of opposite sides, BC plus AD. Area of a sector. Area of a sector means the region between an arc AB and two radii is called as sector. So what is the area of that sector? So we have to know that area of a circle is pi r square, area of circle, total circle. Then what is the area of this sector? Sector means first we have to know this AB sector, how much angle it is making at center, that we have to know. So if you know that x degrees angle if it is making at center, then the area of sector become x by 360, total angle 360 into pi r square. This is formula for area of sector. So I have given here one example. So for this AB sector, this sector area we have to find out. So for this area of sector, area of AOB sector equal to x by 360. X is angle at center. Angle at center is 120 by 360 into pi. Pi is, we know that 22 by 7, pi value. 22 by 7 into r. R is radius of circle. Radius is 21. So 21 square, r square means 21 square. Means 21 into 21. Cancel this. 7 ones are 7, 7 threes are 21. Next, 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, zeros 0. Next, 120 ones, 120 ones. Remaining here we have 22, into here we have 21. So 22 into 21, 21 to so 42. Next, 21 to 42 plus 4, 46. 462, all these are in centimeters. So area we get in centimeter square. This is the area of sector AOB, 462 centimeter square. Here I have given 4 questions. So answer these questions. If you have any doubt, please comment in comment box. Thank you for watching. Till now, if you didn't subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.